Good morning, Libra. Now, you're going to have to bear with me a bit today because my children are back at school. It's the first full week back at school, and um, I'm exhausted already. Exhausted already. It's been a morning, but I'm going to survive because I've got my coffee, and it's a double coffee. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it through this reading with you today. Actually, I've really been looking forward to everything that I've been running around doing this morning. And I've just been thinking, I just want to get Libra's reading done. I just want to do Libra's reading. And now if you want to skip my introductory message, because I feel like it's going to be a long one today, and you want to go straight to the card reading, you can do that. If you open up that description box down below, there'll be a timestamp that you can click and it'll take you to where I start pulling cards. Just pause now, go and get yourself a coffee, guys. We're going to need it. It's Monday morning. Okay, we're all feeling like Garfield today. Right, talking about cats, I think that's probably the first thing I should talk about. Cats seem to be a thing for you at the moment. Now, I went back and watched a reading from, I think it was about 3 weeks ago. The last full reading I did, I just saw it 111, the full reading I did for Libra. And I was talking about the black cats in that reading. I think I saw 5 black cats in total throughout your reading in the cards. So it seemed like that was an important thing for you. Now, on, I think it was Saturday night, because I don't do a reading on Sunday, one of the images that I saw like before my eyes was a smoky grey coloured cat with like a white underbelly, like white legs, white underbelly, like a smoky grey colour, and they were sort of curled up asleep outside. They were on some sort of stone, so I think it was like concrete or like slabs or something, but they were next to a flower bed, so the cat was like here and the flower bed was like here. And they were funny because they were kind of curled up at the back, but they'd stretched the front legs out like really, really long. Oh, sorry if you can see my scruffy hair today as well. I've been taking the kids to school. I got rained on, so my hair is just fuzzed. So that was one cat. And then this morning as well, and I'd forgotten that I'd seen that until I picked up my notes. But this morning, some of you may remember the black and white cat with the bell on that lives near me. He used to potter around for a while during my readings in the mornings, and he used to say, you might hear him, you might hear his bell ringing. Now, I haven't seen him for a few weeks now, and then this morning I was sort of getting ready to take the kids to school, and I could hear the bell ringing, and I was like, he's here, the little cat's here again. I looked out my window and he was there right opposite my window again. Now, the last time I saw him, I opened the curtains and he was sat looking up at the window, and when I opened the curtains he ran off, and it was like he'd been stalking me kind of thing. But today he just sat across from me. He was sort of walking along the pavement opposite me. I opened the curtains and sort of like made a noise to get his attention, and he was just looking at me, didn't run away that time. So I don't know, but I've also, with the black and white cat, I've also been seeing a lot of magpies. Now, normally I see a lot of crows. As I kind of go out for a walk, I see a lot of crows. Yesterday when I went out for a walk, I've seen a lot of magpies. So there's something to do with the black and white. So in your last reading it was black cats, but now it's black and white cats and black and white birds. Black birds, black cats, and black and white birds and cats. So I'm seeing this as like a sort of yin yang energy, right? It's like a balanced, so something to do with maybe you've balanced something out in your life. I was seeing the black as like you working on your shadow side, or some sort of deception, possibly something that you were kind of doing in the shadows. What we do in the shadows might be a thing for you. Definitely recommend you go and watch that show because it's amazing. But yeah, I'm seeing now, as the animals have gone black and white, it's you balancing out your yin and yang. Take it or leave it. But yeah, cats seem to be an important theme. Now I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. And then I'm going to go through the songs that came through for your readings, because one of them was Coffee by Tori Kelly. I've also got Young and Beautiful by Lana Del Rey, Open Your Heart to Me by Madonna, My Humps by Black Eyed Peas, Bored by Billie Eilish again, Billie Eilish, I call her Billie Eilish, Still by Macy Gray. I'm going to come back to that one. What else? No Rain by Blind Melon, Dizzy by the Beatles, that came through this morning, with Scar Tissue by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Holding Back the Years as well by Simply Red. That came through really strongly this morning. And then the two songs that played on Spotify as I was setting up were Let Me Help You Love Me by Taylor Parks and Swear Warning, Bitch by Meredith Brooks. So quite a lot there. I do feel like maybe there's a lot of Libras coming to my reading, so some of those songs may feel very relevant to you, some of them less so. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't, but all those songs will be down in the description box below. You can go and have a look at them, have a look at the lyrics. There may be extra messages for you there. I wanted to pick up on Still by Macy Gray though. Now that was an intuitive song. Most of those except for the Spotify songs were intuitive songs that came through. So music may be really, really important to you. I get messages through music. I know there's another Libra reader, Pretty Blind Eyes. She's another Libra, and she gets a lot of music through. That's like her main way of reading, I think. So you may want to go and check her out. Yeah, music may be really, really important to you. If you do get songs that are popping into your head, really pay attention to what they are. They may be trying to give you messages. As you hear songs, kind of as you go about your daily life, see if there's anything important there for you. Also, what I tend to do is I can randomise on Spotify and get a song, and it will be, I can ask a question, randomise, get a song, and it will be the answer to my question. Yeah, you may find yourself doing that as well. That may be helpful to you. It kills me sometimes, absolutely kills me, because it'll give me a really emotive song that's like spot on to what I ask, and it's very emotional for me. So I get a lot of messages through music, and then that may be important for you as well. So give it a try. You never know. It may work, it may not. But yeah, Still by Macy Gray. Now, I take issue with that. So I love Macy Gray. Love Macy Gray's music. I Committed Murder is a brilliant song. But yeah, Still, it's... She's saying, I still melt down like a candle burning every time we touch. So it's like she can't resist this person. She's totally like, or in love with this person, right? Who she can't resist. She's got no self-control when it comes to them. And so there's a lot of beauty in that song. But the problem that I have with it is it opens with, my head's all messed up and there are bruises on my face. So it's an abusive relationship, and she keeps going back to him, and I can't agree with that. So if that is you, if that's your situation, know that you are worth more than that. That person doesn't deserve your love if they're being physically or emotionally violent towards you, emotionally abusive towards you. You deserve more than that, okay? And it's not a situation you should be in. And maybe that person is the love of your life, but you have to draw boundaries and say that that's not acceptable. Leave them, go on, do your own thing with your own life, heal, become a stronger person independently. And then if in a couple of years' time that person has genuinely healed and worked on their issues, and they're in a place where they're not going to do that anymore, then very, very carefully, like if you want to, give them another try. But if they're going to hurt you emotionally or physically, then at this point in time, that person is not the person that you should be in a relationship with. Don't even... Whatever you have to do to draw that line, draw it. I am not... My Libra babies, the people who come to my readings are not the sorts of people who are going to put up with that shit. Okay? Have some self-respect, guys. Don't put up with that. Guys and girls, it's not just one gender that is victims of domestic abuse. Right, okay. Felt like really important to say that. Be careful of fake numbers. This is something that came through. Be careful of somebody might give you a telephone number, say this is this person's telephone number. So you might think that you're talking or texting to someone, but it's not going to be them. It's going to be somebody else pretending to be that person. So do be wary of that. If a person doesn't give you their own phone number, just be careful. Just be wary about trusting phone numbers, trusting who you're talking to on the phone. What else did I get through? All sorts of stuff. This is what happens because I don't do a reading on a Sunday. They just bombard me with stuff. Some Something just fell over for no reason. Okay, the ghosts are with us apparently. That's a joke, but you never know. I saw a card. Oh, Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon as well. I missed one of the songs. My notes are a mess. I saw a card, so I could feel like, the kind of like texture of a card, the waxy texture. I could literally feel the card in my fingers. And it was a birthday card, and I say it was a birthday card, it might not have been a birthday card. I couldn't actually see the design on the card. I could just feel that it was a card, and the sense of opening a card. So it could have been a card for anything. So somebody may have been given a card, be giving a card. But kind of at the same time, I saw a dog treat, and it was one of these ones that's like, it almost looks like a bone with marrow inside. One of these kind of dog treats. So that may be super relevant to somebody. Maybe somebody's dog had a birthday and you gave them a dog treat. I don't know. Or you were celebrating something to do with the dog. And then I saw a woman dressed in all black. I think she had like a black pencil skirt on, black boots, black top, very 90s looking. And she had, but specifically, she had silver nail varnish on. So that could be important to someone. I think she might have been in an airport. An airport seemed relevant. And that's it, right? That's all my intuitive things that came through. I also wanted to talk about Libra. There's quite a lot going on in regards to the planets this week. So on the 5th, Mercury moved into Libra. So this means that we are going to be feeling very expressive. Let's see, my notes are very, very rational. We might be in a negotiating energy. We may be able to see particularly strongly two sides of an argument, but not want to take sides and want to sit on the fence. It's like kind of balanced Libra energy. We may be very accommodating to other people's needs. We may be looking for peace and fairness in situations. So we're really going to want to avoid any kind of... so Mercury is all to do with communication and socialization with other people, messages. So we really want to be going to be in that kind of peacemaker role. We're going to avoid conflict at all costs. We're going to actually possibly even bend our own needs in order to avoid conflict. So do be wary of that. You may be tempted to... be a bit of a pushover actually, just to keep the peace. So just be wary. You need to put yourself first as well. But yeah, you're also going to be very like rational and logical and almost like argumentative in a kind of lawyer kind of way. So the story I wanted to tell you about that was on Friday. So my daughter had been in school for 3 weeks. She started high school. So we thought we'd complied with the school uniform policy. And she went in with some patent leather boots. She looks really, really cool in them. And they're appropriate as well. They're not inappropriate in any sort of way. But two male teachers apparently confronted her about her shoes and said they weren't appropriate because you can't polish them. So I went into full, like Karen mode, right? Full, legally blonde. I'm going to argue about this. I'm going to go into school on Monday. I was like, this is what I was sort of going. I'm going to go into school on Monday and I'm going to ask them to tell me exactly why they don't fit in with the uniform code. And then I'm going to argue every single point. And I was like, they're in breach of the European Convention on Human Rights. So I had like 3 points from the European Convention of Human Rights that I was going to use to argue my point about why my daughter's shoes were appropriate and why they were abusing her human rights by not letting her wear these boots. Because they specify leather shoes. And I was like, well, what if she's vegetarian? What if she's vegan? What if she doesn't want to wear leather? And then I was like, and you can polish these boots. So I went into if I'd have gone into school, luckily I calmed down and I just bought her a new pair of shoes. And I was like, look, she's only just started at the school. They don't need to know that her mum's crazy yet. But if I'd have gone into school this morning, they wouldn't have stood a chance. I would have Elwood's their ass. Like, seriously, they'd have been like, we will let your daughter wear whatever she wants, just please leave. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that Mercury and Libra energy. And it was on the 5th as well, wasn't it? Was that the Friday? So yeah, absolutely. It's begun. Don't argue with me because I'm going to smash you. Right, okay. Venus in Leo. Libras are the lawyers of the zodiac in the first place, but Mercury in Libra. So yeah, Venus is going into Leo as well. It went into Leo on the 6th and it's in there until October the 2nd. Now Venus is Libra's ruling planet, so that's why I'm bringing this up right now. So Venus in Leo, Libra and Leo Tell you what, Libra and Leo can have a very nice time. They're both signs about luxury, about pleasure, about celebrating beauty. They're both very like expressive, loving signs. Like they would have a good time together, right? They may not be life partners, but they'd have a good time. Yeah, there may be feelings for you at the moment about like being very magnificent and grand and warm and open and quite showy and bombastic, very expressive, really romantic, wanting to be adored, wanting to pamper yourself, being a little bit egotistical, so watch out for that. And I wrote down here Pride and Passion, Jane Austen, because I thought it sounded like a Jane Austen book. Pride and Passion. So yeah, with our ruling planet being in Leo, you may be. Venus was in Cancer, and Cancer is the crabby sign, right? It's the hard outer shell and the soft center. So I feel like a lot of Libras and a lot of signs in general will have been feeling this energy of like trying to be quite guarded with your heart, trying to be quite closed with your heart, protecting yourself, scared of getting hurt. But with this transition of Venus into Leo, we may be feeling much more open and expressive, and really wanting to like sing to the world how we feel. The image that they gave me, the kind of example that they gave me when I was making my notes was, if you remember Robin Hood, Men in Tights, the scene where Robin is singing to Maid Marian. He's going, "The night is young and you're so glamorous." It's like really like there's this kind of thing about like this very expressive romantic energy. So yeah, sorry to put up with my singing there. But yeah, that's kind of what they showed me. So yeah, we've got some interesting stuff going on to do with the planets right now that may be affecting you, Libra. So I am hoping for a love reading, and I'll tell you a little secret. I've lit 2 patchouli joss sticks with 2 matches because I'm hoping for a love reading today. I may get my wish, we may not. But when I lit the joss sticks, and I was trying to shake the matches to make the flame go out, they wouldn't go out. I was shaking them and shaking them and shaking them. The flame would not go out. So once that flame gets lit, it's forever. That's how I'm taking that message. Oh, stop talking, Cinderella. Right, I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down by drinking coffee because that's logic, right? I'm going to tune into the energies. I'm going to make sure I'm properly connected, and then we're going to start with the card reading. So, back with you in a moment, guys. Okay, Libra, let's see what we have for you. Well, let's see what the universe has for you. They're telling me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. So, okay. You can't handle the truth. Right, there we go. Whoa. Okay. Caring connections then. Good start to my financial constraints. Okay, yeah, they really wanted me to show you that. Financial constraints is giving me they're giving me you may have worries about money. Financial constraints may have been a problem with your in the past. They bring you my attention to the number 13. That rounds to number 4. That's to do with stability foundations. You may have to do some repair work on your home, but you feel like you haven't got the money to do that. It's like things are falling apart around you, and you don't have the money to fix things, and this is like a worry, this is a concern for some of you. Rotten foundations. But we have caring connections, so that's good. There's a caring connection there for you. So I do see that as like a loving relationship. The Garden and the Gate card, community, and 6th chakra archangel Metatron. Okay, so the Garden and the Gate card. Financial constraints. So you've got another 4 here, a 4 on this card. So stability and foundations, I feel like maybe a theme for you here. This is also a 5, so there could be a change in a caring connection. It could be one coming in for you, some kind of change within one. Community here with the number 7 is like a spiritual path. The Garden and the Gate card. So The Garden and the Gate card is about, it's almost like Nine of Pentacles energy for me. It's being good where you are. It's being comfortable where you are. They're telling me things that look good on the surface, but then they're bringing my attention back to this like rotten foundations message. So things look rosy. They're telling me things look rosy. And I'm also noticing the kind of roses around here and the roses around here. So the Garden and the Gate card is a card about being really good where you are. Like that garden's lovely, right? It's really, really abundant. Flowers are growing. It's a nice place to be, but you don't know what's outside of the garden. You don't know what's outside of the gate. So you feel like you've got a certain amount of stuff. You feel like you're kind of happy, comfortable where you are, but you feel like there's more out there for you, or you don't know if there is more out there for you. So you want to open that gate and go and explore, have a look, adventure out, sort of explore your options, and you may return to the garden. You may think that the garden is actually the best place, but it's like that grass is always greener on the other side energy. If you don't know, if you don't experience what's out there, then how do you really know? So there is a change here. You can see these butterflies, and I was talking about the change of that caring connection. And she's got a key here on her neck. So she's got the key to the gate. She can unlock the gate. She's free to leave, but she's choosing to stay because of some kind of comfort, because of the familiarity, because she's afraid perhaps of what she might find if she leaves the garden. When I was tuning into the energies, I kind of closed my eyes and had the image of orbs, 3 orbs dancing around in front of my eyes. I feel like I've been seeing orbs. This is quite new to me. I'm kind of embarrassed to say it because I don't quite believe it myself. But for the past couple of weeks, I keep seeing things and I'm like, was that an orb? Was that an orb? So like little, it's almost like dust particles, but I don't know if the dust particles, I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm like looking around like, well, I keep seeing them. I don't know if some of you have been seeing orbs, and now they're showing me, right, okay. And here you go on this community card. You can see all these orbs and the apples as well. I went out walking yesterday, and I kept seeing apple trees. I think I saw 4 total apple trees. There's something to do with divine timing, about something being the right time, ripe time, they're telling me, the ripe time, because all the apples are ripe right now, and these are showing up on the community card. It's the ripe time in regards to something to do with community. You may play a role in your community. You may be doing I'm seeing like something to do with what you do in your community, something to do with the place. I'm not quite getting it. The ripe time. It may be the ripe, I keep saying ripe time, the ripe time to open the gate to go out to explore a new community, or something to do with leading the way, they're telling me. It's like they're in the garden with this girl, right? They're in the same place, they're in the same garden, like I'm seeing with like the detail around here. There's 2 cups on that card as well, but they're like 2 different cups. There's a butterfly on there as well. There's definitely some sort of change, right? And I feel like this caring connection, it could be outside of the community, or it could be somebody in the community, or it could just be literally you caring about the people around you, whatever that community is for you. It could be family, friends, work, something to do with your hobbies, but yeah, this is definitely the message, right? And we've got Archangel Metatron here with the third eye lit up, like this intuitive knowing. You intuitively know it's the right time to make some sort of change, and you're the person who can do it. You're the person who has the key to do this. So you can unlock a gate here. It's like glass ceiling. They're telling me glass ceiling. You can unlock a gate here that's going to expand the community. It's going to unlock a gate. It's like you're going to unlock it, you're going to go through it, and that's going to allow this passage for other people in the community to be able to follow you, or to have that option to do that themselves. It's opening doors. It's like you're the person opening doors for people. You're the person breaking the glass ceiling for your community. It's like you're striding forwards in some way. Whatever you're doing is helping the community, and it's because you care. It's because there's this caring, but there's the financial constraints, right? Also, that financial constraints card, it's like the cupboard's bare. It's like old Mother Hubbard, the cupboard was bare. But here, the community is where... Oh, my hand. It's like... Back of my hand's gone all like weirdly tingly and warm. So the community is like your destiny. It's the number 7. So you have some sort of destiny to forge a path on behalf of your community because of this caring connection you have. You intuitively know this, and it's in regards to foundations as well and stability. Then you may be concerned about the money though, like what am I going to do about money? If I do this, am I going to have enough money? You may have to the change might be that you have to give something up. You may have to give up work, and that's going to impact you financially, but you feel like this business with the community is like your destiny. That's where you're meant to go. Okay. Something needs to be cut out possibly, or the Scythe is also a card about reaping what you've sown, harvest, like it's about timing, right? I was talking about it being like the apples being the ripe time. It's like, well, you harvest. We're going into autumn as well, or fall if you're American. So it's the right time, right, to reap what you've sown. You've put the work in. You've put the work in. You've done something in regards to the community, and you haven't seen the rewards yet because that financial constraints card is there. But it's like autumn is the time to reap the benefits of the seeds that you've sown. So there's more work to do because the apples, they'll fall from the tree, but somebody needs to pick them up, otherwise they'll rot. The corn, you need to put work in to reap the corn. So there's more work to do in regards to the work you do in the community. Okay, I'm going to say, I'm need to be very, very honest. Truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is coming through, and it's very similar to a reading I've watched. And I think it may be by Crystal Empress 1111. But she was talking about this thing with the community and putting work in and rewards. She was talking about rewards and recognition. I don't have that yet in my reading. But it is reminding me of that reading that she did. So you may want to check that out. I've seen this card a couple of times while I've been shuffling. This is about pulling up your anchor. It's like your dreams, hopes. I should say as well, what card did I have a minute ago? The reaping what you've sown card, is a 10. So that's, again, it's like something ending so that something new can begin. You have to, it's like the cycle, right? You have to reap what you've sown. You have to harvest the field so that you can plant new seeds. So this, again, it's another number 10. It's the 10 of Swords. Again, another card about something ending so that something can begin. What's the song? It's a Madonna song. Something is ending so something begins. Nothing Really Matters by Madonna. I'm going to just pause and write that down. Okay, so that's Nothing Really Matters, Love Is All We Need. Which brings me on in a second to this card here. So this is about pulling up anchor, about moving. There is some sort of movement, right? You have to move, right, to get through that gate. You could be taking a trip, or possibly not. Now, I see this is relating to the Mountain card. The Mountain card I see as obstacles in your path. You may have had some sort of dream, some sort of hope, some sort of fantasy. There's a fantasy element to this, right? Because it's like... So I was just noticing the card underneath, but it's in reverse, so I don't think that's something we need to look at. It's like yeah. It's like impossible, right? Boats don't fly, ships can't fly, but in this card it is possible. Somebody's figured it out. Somebody's like has the mechanical knowledge to have created this working ship. They're giving me his Dark Materials as well. You may want to go and watch that. I watched the BBC series. I haven't read the book yet and I haven't watched the film, but yeah, it's really, really good. So that might be significant to you somehow. So yeah, it's like once you pull up the anchor, right, because the anchor is what's keeping you grounded in this garden. It's like you've put down the anchor, you've rooted yourself there in this garden. But if you pull up the anchor and you allow yourself this freedom to move, right, you unlock that gate, then you will be able to overcome the obstacles, even if it feels like it's impossible. Like maybe you're worried about money, you don't know how it's going to happen. It's like trust that things are possible. Trust that there may be answers that you just can't see yet. There may be other things in the works that are going to make things possible for you. 3, again, 3 is a number about community, connections, people around you. So yeah. Yeah, this card as well, if I just move to this card next, it's a number 7 as well. 4 and 3 together makes 7. So again, it's something to do with like your fate, your fated path. I am getting this impression that you don't, it's almost like you know that something's coming, right? You know that you need to move. You know that you need to get out of that garden somehow, but it feels like a maze. Like intellectually, like logically, you can't really see the way out of it. Maybe the maze doesn't make sense. Maybe it's like the maze in Labyrinth, where you think you know your path, you think you know how to move, but someone keeps turning the signs around, like the maze keeps moving and shifting and you can't get through it. And it's like, you know that you have to get to the center of this maze, or I'm seeing it as this is you, and you have to get out of the maze. And this is like your community, and they're all lost in it as well. But you kind of have like this slightly higher perspective. You can, that was a fly, it wasn't an orb. You've got a slightly higher perspective. You've got a bit of an overview of this maze. So it's like, did you ever play that game in school where, people would be blindfolded, but you would have to direct them to something. So you'd have to be, it was a game about communication, and again, Mercury's in Libra, so this is all about communication and logic. So it's like you're the overseer. You have to be able to give very clear instructions to these people in your community, to be able to get them to the right places at the right time, or to instruct them in some way. Yeah, it's like these people are all blindfolded, but you have the communication skills to be able to say, right, okay, what's this person's name? Edward, everybody else stay still. Edward, you need to turn around, right? And then they're all facing the same way. And then it's like, everybody, if you're a woman, take 2 steps forwards, and then everybody's in line. And then it's like, right, okay, you can all move forward now. Something like this. And again, there's like 3 birds, 3 people. But you've got some kind of overview of like how to get out of this maze, how to get out of this garden. It's you and your community, it's you and your people stuck in this garden, which, is nice, but you're not as free as you could be. Something like this, okay? And it's like this caring connection. You're in a position where you can do this for your community, because you've shown that you care about them, because they trust you. This trust is important here. Like, these people trust you to be able to guide them in some way. Yeah, the birds as well, communication. I've never read that card that way before. That's so interesting. I love that I can take the same card, the same deck, and the combination that it comes out in will give me completely different messages. I'll just notice different things each time. Okay, we've got the sexy man here. This is, in the deck there's like 2 men and 2 women. I see one is like the romantic one and one is like the sexy one. So this is like the hot, fiery king of wands man, who is very, very passionate, very kind of he's horny. He is horny. So this may be you. This may be somebody that you're dealing with. I don't know why he's here. Perhaps you know why he's here, but this is somebody who is very fiery. It's a passionate relationship here. It's the Ace of Cups as well. It's a 10. There may be some kind of again, an ending and a beginning here. It doesn't mean that a relationship's ending, but there may be something that ends, which allows for this Ace of Cups, which is a love offer, to come through. Hopefully we'll find out more about why he's here. His energy should hopefully come back out again. We can get some more information on that. Now I said I wasn't going to look at the bottom of the deck here, but the cross in reverse, this is like putting down your burdens. If there's been, perhaps it's the man. Oh, okay. So perhaps, possibly, I'm not sure because these cards didn't come out, but the man may be putting down some kind of burdens or rejecting some sort of faith here. He's showing, if this is him, I'm not sure, so take it or leave it. But if it's him, he's showing as very, very loyal. He's taking the lead in his own life. It's like not rejecting the kind of, they're saying infrastructure, rejecting the structures, the traditions that have burdened you, taking the lead in your own life. But this is very, very loyal. It's like come out and play as well. Or he's not playing anymore. He's not playing with that ball. This is a card about abundance, wealth. It's the King of Pentacles. So the Ten of Cups is like extremely happy. What's been put down here? The Six of Pentacles. There was some sort of imbalance there. This is like extreme happiness with another person. King of Pentacles is like money, abundance, stability, but it's somebody who's going in a different direction to everybody else. I always see this. So it's like a deep dive. They've done this introspective work regarding something to do with their foundations and traditions and upbringing, and some sort of burden that's placed on them. They've gone back and looked at that, and then they can resurface and go back towards the light there again. 22, this is like two people coming together, and then here we've got, I've seen this is where it keeps going, the romantic woman, the sexy woman. No, this is that the romantic woman? Oh my goodness, it keeps going and going and going. This is the romantic woman. So the man may be in a more sexy mood than the woman who's feeling a lot more romantic and expressive. Then we've got the polar bear. So this is like, again, it's that long journey, perseverance, like a strength in perseverance. The Ten of Wands is putting down your burdens. I've seen this is the same energy. Something to do with the journal. I don't know why that keeps coming out. And then the romantic man. So this could be two different men, or this could be, perhaps this man was kind of, he could be in both energies, but perhaps he was a bit of a player in the past, but he's done this kind of work that means he's matching now this energy. Taking a look at something more closely. It just keeps going. Healing. It just keeps going and going and going and going. I'm going to put all these away. Take what resonated there, leave anything that doesn't. I really felt like I had to use that pack today, and I see why now, because there's quite a story time there. Now something's coming off at the bottom. Dropping anchor. The anchor's literally dropped. Okay, I was talking about pulling up the anchor before. It's like, this is like freedom, because the anchor isn't attached anymore. Somebody's literally dropped the anchor. They're free now. That the anchor's not going to chain them down anymore. Nine of Swords. A lot of anxiety over this though. Okay, but it's freedom. It's for the freedom, right? Right. Okay. Can you tell me anything more about caring connections and the maze? I just, on that card there, excuse me, the Nine of Swords is anxiety, feeling like mentally trapped. So we've got like quite a few cards about feeling trapped here, trapped and confused. You've got imprisonment and message of concern. So this is two people who care about each other, or like you and the community. Take how it resonates, leave anything that doesn't. This is like the card of not being able to see your way, being stuck in the maze. But I see you as having like a bit of a higher perspective about how to get out of this maze. So I don't know who you are in this connection, whether you identify as like one person or another, but one of you has this higher perspective and the other person is kind of lost in the maze. This person's imprisoned because of this maze. Again, look at the reoccurring themes here. We've got literally this lock and key, right? She's got the key. I've got the key. I've got the secret. It's coming back out. But at the beginning of the reading, I had that "Open Your Heart to Me" song by Madonna. Now the line in that is, "You hold the lock." No, I hold the lock and you hold the key. I hold the lock and you hold the key, right? Lock and key. So I like this card because I'm pro mice in tarot. Mice in the tarot get a bad rap, like the devil card, and like the tower as well. They're all good energies, really, in one way or another. They're always all there to serve us, to teach us lessons, to serve a purpose. But I always see this as this person who's like trapped in this mental prison, right? Or like trapped in some way, and it's like sending out an SOS or something, like somebody come and help me, someone unlock this cage for me. And then this little mouse is here like, are you okay? It's like the mouse has come to visit. It's like his little friend. But then you've got this message of concern. It's funny that I just said message in a bottle, like sending out an SOS. It's like this person got the message of concern, and because they've got the higher perspective, they can help get this person navigate the maze. Five again, there's a change. 9 and 2, that's 11. 1 and 1, make 2 again. So yeah, it's that caring connection. Somebody's helping someone get out of a mental maze. Main male. Main male confirms the romantic man. So there you go, confirmation. We're talking about the main male. Community and the ship, please. Community and the ship. Adjudication. Judgment. I am seeing this as your kind of role. Oh, occupation here as well. Yeah, this could be in regards to something that you do, something that you're. It's like mending something as well. I'm seeing the mending card, fixing something. Judgment. You may be scared of judgment of the community, like the community judging you for something, but yeah, you can literally see there's like two people. It's like these two people are here now in front of this judge, but this is like your energy as well. It's like Libra energy. I was talking again about Mercury being in Libra and this kind of like legally blonde. You may have to kind of like defend yourself, yeah, or you may be acting as, you may be, I see you as almost being like the judge, or like some sort of advocate between two people. It's like something in the community, some kind of disagreement, disruption in the community, like different sides, and you're kind of like listening to both sides. Like this is the skill of Libra, right? You're the sign of the scales, listening to both sides, sort of acting as a go-between, in order to kind of reach a resolution. It's like these two people are going stating the case to you and you're kind of weighing up both sides. But I'm also seeing like there's some sort of knowledge there. Maybe you have the knowledge to do this. Again, higher perspective, right? The judge is up. They have a higher perspective. But it could be that you're scared of being judged as well. So take it as it resonates, leave what it doesn't. And it's a 3 again. Again, it's this idea of community, the people around you. You've got this lion here and this unicorn here as well. The lion signifies for me strength and leadership. Kind of like somebody who's not afraid to kind of take the lead in a situation, take the lead. We saw that dog again before. To be the leader, to be the role model almost. And then this unicorn again, it's this energy with the unicorn. It's like believing in the impossible. Yep. Okay. So I don't know how that applies to you. There's quite a lot going on there. The main themes I'm seeing is this kind of you being some sort of role in the community where you've got some sort of higher perspective. You may be acting as an advocate or unlocking a gate, like, which allows other people to move through that gate. It's like there's some kind of barrier or blockage or restriction, right? Imprisoned with the gate there. But it's like you hold the key to unlock this, which then unlocks this route, this pathway, this opportunity for other people in your community. There's this caring connection, whether that's between you and the community, but it is two people on that card. And I did ask for a love reading, so yeah, it could very well be there's a main male, a main love interest here for you, or you could be the main male, right? If you're watching this reading and you identify as male or masculine, then this is you. I see it as this person has been trapped. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's keep going because I'm going to run out of time again. We're already like, what, 50 minutes in? Something like that. I don't know. I'm already on my second video. So we'll see where we end up. Okay, so what do I want to ask? Emotions, please. Oh, yes. Yes. Anything else, please, for the emotions in regards to Libra? Other people coming to this reading today? Give me more about the emotions. Is that everything? The Hermit. Yeah, it's someone kind of doing this inner work, this self-reflection, healing, taking a time out from the world to kind of look at things from a different perspective, to work things out in your own head. That's also Virgo energy. Do I have any other energy coming through here? The Sun is Leo. Doesn't have to be these signs, but it's the energies, but I know some people like to hear them. Ace of Swords, this is very much your energy. It's air energy, sword energy. Okay, so the meaning of the Sun card is extreme happiness. It's like a light being shone that it's like reveals everything. There's no lies, there's nothing hidden, everything is revealed. It's it's the most positive card in the whole of the tarot. Very positive energy. It's like you are, or somebody here is like, and look at the freedom of this. Like, look at how free she is. Like her necklace is like even flying up to the sun there. She got like hairy armpits as well. There's like, there is this real sense of like she's out of the gate, she's exploring the world and she's absolutely loving it. Yeah, the singing freedom, I won't let you down. That's George Michael, right? Make a quick note of that. I think I missed a song as well. Freedom, George Michael. Yeah, I think I missed a song there. I didn't write one down. Sorry, I don't know what that was. Now I've put this with the main male. I didn't do this intentionally, but this is how I've put the cards down. So perhaps it could relate to this person for you. They could very well be a Leo, because this is like King of Wands energy for me. Could be a Leo, doesn't have to be. It's just very hot, fiery, creative, passionate energy. And again, it doesn't have to necessarily be a love interest. No, it's a love interest. If that's not your message, then leave it. But yeah, it's the sexy man. Ace of Swords. I've put this with judication, and we have this. If I pull down this card here, which I've not talked about too much, this third eye energy, this knowing, there's like this intuitive knowing. You can see here how the light from the sun is literally like shining down on her head. I've got a story about that in a second. And then here it's like, it's almost like this staircase whirling down into her head, which is emitting the light. And then there's this crow here as well. So yeah, it's like breaking the glass ceiling again, right? It's like receiving knowledge from the universe about this freedom, and then expressing it. The Ace of Swords is about communication, truth, cutting things out, taking action, a new idea. So yeah, it's like this is now transmitting out from your head, and then the bird again signifies like communication and freedom. So this is like you having an idea, having a very creative, positive, brilliant idea or concept or something that you know, and it's like you feel like you're divinely guided in this knowledge, which then allows you to compute it and transmit it out to help others. It's like these swirly patterns again as well. What I was going to say here was that I went out for a walk yesterday, and I kind of trusted the universe because it had already rained. The floor was wet. It was overcast. It was like potentially going to rain at any second. It was literally spitting. But I went out in what I'm wearing now. So yeah, I'm scruffy. I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. Don't judge me. Yeah, I went out in like this like thin top. And like I literally rolled out of bed and put on the first clothes I could find, and it was what I wore yesterday. So I was tired. Leave me alone. I hadn't had my coffee at that point. Yeah, so I went out in like not very much clothes because I get warm when I'm walking. I walk really fast, and I thought if it rains, it rains. Like whatever. But I'm trusting the universe not to rain on me, and actually sort of like midway around my walk, the sun came out, and I was looking up at the sky, and it was like blue sky and white clouds, and like the sun like piercing through the clouds, and I was sort of like, thank you universe, thank you for looking after me and not raining on me. And I got home and it chucked it down. So you know, trust the universe, trust it. It's yeah, why wouldn't you trust the universe? Cool. Okay, I think maybe you're starting to trust the universe. Maybe you're trusting the universe more and more and more. Okay. And it does that all the time to me. Every time I go out for a walk. I think it's rained on me once. Okay, Three of Cups. Again, Three of Cups. This is like the community card for me. Look, 1, 2, 3 people, 3 cups. So in your thoughts, oh, Four of Wands, yeah. Oh, so much about the community and like the people around you and your stability. The like community and foundation stability, like where you put down the anchor. This is like the whole reading for me. So you're really thinking about this. The Four of Wands is like this celebration energy. I wonder if I can find it in this pack while I'm talking. It's just to kind of show you the imagery of the card. Four of Wands, it's like it can be a marriage card, it can be about like your home life with somebody who's like an equal partner, very 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 stable in the upright, because it's 11-11, right? Like 1-1-1-1, 11-11. So that's one message. But with it being with the Three of Cups, I'm really really seeing it as like this is like the community, your foundations, your stability, like where you want to be, where you want to put down roots, the people that you care about who make you happy. And it's also like celebration. Three of Cups and Four of Wands are both cards about celebrating with your community, celebrating with the people who you love. You may be actually going to some sort of party or event. So yeah, exciting times. So the Nine of Wands, what's the Nine of Wands? The nine, oh, it's the Wounded Warrior card. You've been on some sort of, you or someone around you has been on some sort of really long journey. Again, it kind of might relate to that Hermit energy. It's like something that's been a really long slog for you. Something that's, or this could be you or this other person, because we had like a lot of cards before about burdens. So this is feeling very, very burdened. It's the polar bear energy of that kind of like perseverance through something, sort of setting a goal, keeping your eyes on some sort of goal. It could very well be your own personal happiness and healing, working on yourself, working on your shadow side, and really keeping your goals in mind, setting your intentions, setting your goals, and really kind of like persistently and stubbornly almost plodding on towards achieving those goals. So for me, as an example, it might be that I dropped out of college. after I finished school, I didn't do as well as I should have done in my exams, in my GCSEs. I was disappointed in myself. I was embarrassed. I felt like a failure. I went on to do a course that I wasn't interested in. I got talked into doing a course that I didn't want to do by this stupid guidance counsellor at school. I should have just trusted my instincts and done what I wanted to do. But I let her talk me into this stupid course. I think she probably got money for signing me up, right? And I didn't like it. It wasn't my course. I did like less than 2 weeks and dropped out. I actually dropped into the pub every lunchtime with my best friend who'd come to meet me, and I couldn't go back because I was drunk. So yeah, that's my life. Failure Cinderella mouse. But yeah, I went on to do a job which I really, really enjoyed. At the time, it was right for me at the time. There we go. Just the Four of Wands there as a visual image of kind of the feeling, the spirit of that card as I'm talking. So yeah, I went on to do a job that I really loved. The company was not the best company. It got taken over. It changed from I'm going on a bit of stuff now. It changed from a public license company to a privately owned company, a limited company. Got taken over by somebody who I did not like, who did not treat the staff properly, who was actually hung, drawn and quartered by the news when people figured out what they were doing with pensions. So you can probably guess who I work for if you know British media. Not media, like the news. Yeah, the job though, I absolutely loved it and it was right for me at the time. However, I got to like my mid-20s and I really felt like I couldn't move on with my career. I didn't have the qualifications. You know, other people were coming in who didn't have the experience, but they had the qualifications, who were getting jobs above me, positions above me, and they couldn't do the job. And I was like, I could do that job, but I didn't have the qualifications or the confidence in myself to actually get those positions. So I went back to university, part-time, 6 years of my life, with 2 young children. I just had my daughter when I signed up. So a baby and a toddler at university, part-time, working for some of it, part-time, and it was difficult. It was really, really difficult. And do you know what? My community got me through. The community that I love, the game that I love, got me through that. It kind of kept me stable. So yeah, I did it. I set my goal, set my intention. It was really hard. So I'm talking about this Nine of Wands energy. Really, really long slog, but I was determined, right? Sagittarius, Mars in Sagittarius. I set my goal. I was determined. I kept on going. And it was hard. And I was mentally like exhausted at points. There were so many times where I wanted to give up, but I didn't give up. There's a fly there. It just landed on me as well. I was like, hi, fly. It's like my little buddy today. So many times where I just wanted, I just couldn't do it. I thought, I can't do it anymore. I want to give up. But I'd set my intention. I'd set my goal. There was no way the video cut out. There's no way I was going to give up. And there was no way I was going to throw away all the work that I'd put into it. I was like, I want that qualification. I want to prove, not even to anyone else, but to prove to myself that I was not stupid, right? That I could get a degree. Yeah, I just needed that under my belt for me more than anything else. It hasn't got me a job. It hasn't got me a job. My life has changed. I've changed priorities. But having that degree and also having the wealth of knowledge that gave me, the kind of hermit mode, the introspective work that it did for me, because my degree main classification was humanities. It's all about people and stories, what makes humans human. So yeah, the wealth of knowledge, the wealth that is given to me, to my soul, to me spiritually, and the self-respect that I have for doing that are invaluable to me, right? Totally worth that Nine of Wands energy of persistence, of setting your goal, setting your intention. It's the Wounded Warrior card. It's like being close to the finish line, kind of also like this watching and waiting energy. So however that resonates for you, I did go into story time there, so I've not wasted too many minutes of your life. Thank you for sticking with me this long if you're still here. But again, like, I feel like the stories are relevant. You may be able to take that story and apply it to your situation in some way, or at least understand the energy of the cards better. Okay, let's go to your action space. Let's go to your action space. And no surprises there. No surprises there. Well, would you know? Would you know? In the underlying, we've got the Strength card. Strength card, perseverance, because of these burdens, right? The Nine of Swords. You've got all like the hard cards. Nine of Swords. So Nine of Wands is like the Wounded Warrior card, and then Six of Cups in reverse, some sort of imbalance. This is why you've had, I feel this is in your past, but this is your journey, and this is how you're going to help others. This is how you're unlocking that gate for the rest of the community, okay? Because you've persevered, you've done it, and you've succeeded. You set your intention, you set the goal. I'm getting that polar bear back out. You've set your intention, you've set your goal, you persevered on that journey, or you're in the process of doing this, and you're then going to be a role model for others. You're going to show other people that this is possible to do. You know, it doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter if you didn't do very well in your GCSEs, if you dropped out of college, if you had a job that didn't value your contribution, because you can, at any point, you can change your life, you can change your story, you can make your story what you want it to be. And this is the message, and I'm going to fucking cry, sorry for swearing. This is what you can teach others, because this is your story and this is your strength. And you've gone through this because it's put you in a unique position now where you can show others that this is possible. Ten of Wands, completely burdened. It comes after the Nine of Wands, so it's that Wounded Warrior card, but it's like you've shouldered your burdens, you're carrying your burdens. And we had that this, right? This is this. Carrying your burdens, but you're nearly there, you're nearly home. It's like it's time to put down your burdens now. You've done it, you've completed it, you've been the polar bear, he's swum through the ice, right? He's swum through that icy water, and he's about to come back, or he's surfacing, he's about to come back up onto land. The strength, Leo again. It could be this caring connection that got you through this. The Nine of Swords, this is mental anxiety. This is what I was picking up on over here with this card. And I think there was another card as well that was Nine of Swords energy. Yeah, this is like really, really like mentally, like it's feeling depressed. It's feeling anxious, like literally torturing yourself with your own thoughts. It's imposter syndrome. It's all those awful things that we do to ourselves mentally that hold us back, that exhausts us, that stops us from doing things. It's like we are our own energy vampires. Look, she's got like bites in her neck. We're our own energy vampires here. We do it to ourselves through this mental torture that we put ourselves through. But she's got her hand on her sword. She's ready to fight, right? She's not dead yet. Perseverance. This is your strength. This is your gift, okay? And this is the gift that you can give to others. The Six of Cups in reverse. Now you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. Six of Cups in reverse. This is some sort of unbalance. Unbalance materially, and this is unbalanced emotionally. Perhaps you went through a period where you were very, very unbalanced. You know, the Nine of Swords is an unbalanced energy, or you were in a connection that wasn't balanced. So I feel like you've done this now. Like, this is your time now to kind of you may need to get balanced, right? Your journey, you may be in the process of this journey where you're getting balanced, you're finding the balance. I think a lot of you, the end of this journey is having the balance now within yourself, right? Doesn't matter what's going on in the world around you, because of this perseverance, it's like a huge soul lesson that life has taught you, which is balanced out yourself on your inside. It's like you now value yourself, at least if this is my story. I'm just talking about myself at this point. Yeah, found the balance. You've got, you know, you get through it, you and then you can tell other people, like, it's hard, the journey is hard, but you can get through it, and it's here to teach you perseverance and strength and inner balance. Right, I've got this pack out. I really felt like I needed to use it, so I don't know what's going to come out of it. Let's just get one. What do you want to tell us from this pack? Do you want me to get any cards from this pack, or have I done it now? Have I done? No, yeah. Oop, boop, boop, boop. Have I got all the messages? King of Wands, he's back. Yes, he's back. Back again. I don't know why they're giving me that. Shady's back. Tell your friends. This is you warning your friends about somebody who's a bit of a player. Guess who's back? 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 Right. I don't know which way they want to come back. Okay. Right. So this is telling me, just briefly, because I wasn't sure if it wanted me to use this pack or not, the mouse is on this card as well, I think. No, it's an owl on this card. This knowledge, this truth, but it's in reverse. The Knight of Swords, so you may have someone coming in, you may be dealing with someone who's being very, very cutting, it's like brutally honest. Either they're holding back the truth, or they are being brutally honest. One or the other. It could go either way because it's in reverse. It's the negative, the shadow side of the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this could be like, I was saying before, you can't handle the truth. There may be somebody who's not telling you the truth because they think you can't handle it. Something to do with knowledge or not having knowledge of a truth. Or it's somebody who's not taking action in regards to something. So I feel like this is somebody else possibly around you. The Fool is here. This is taking a leap of faith. Playing the fool, perhaps you're playing the fool for some reason. Dancing all the way to the bank, they're telling me, or something like that. It's like, oh, okay, because I was talking about completing a cycle, completing a lesson. Yeah, the Fool is like, he's completed one cycle, he's taking a leap of faith into another cycle. It's like you've got some kind of inner stability, inner strength, inner knowledge, and it's like you can now just sing and dance and joke through life because of the lesson you've learned. It's given you some kind of freedom, it's like freedom of responsibility almost, or freedom of, you can play the fool, you can take the leap of faith because you know that you can survive things, because you know you've got the perseverance. So it's like you can handle whatever life throws at you. He's literally got all the signs here and he's juggling them all. It's like he's juggling them all while also spinning this thing on his foot and leaping over a wand. He's like, I can handle whatever life throws at me, and I can do it singing and dancing. Like, throw it at me, baby, because I can take it. That's what I'm getting from that. This is a card about being very, very guarded, though. Again, this could be you or someone around you. Possibly someone around you with that Garden of the Gate card. It's like this is another character that's in that garden, in that gate. It's somebody who's like, it gives me almost like a Shylock from the Merchant of Venice energy. It's like somebody who's very interested in money, in wealth, who's clinging on to material things. In that play, he's got a daughter who he has a difficult relationship with, and she sort of runs off with somebody because she's following love, where he's kind of following money. There's like a problem in their relationship because they're prioritizing different things. So you can, my memory's a bit shaky of that play, but that's kind of the general thing that I'm picking up on that's coming through. I don't know how that applies to you, but there's this sense of like this person clinging on to material things, valuing material things over other things in their life. Could be clinging to a job, clinging to a house, clinging to like material shiny things, right? It's the shiny crab from Moana, but it's also a card about being very defensive, being blocked, refusing to let go of something. So this could be someone refusing to let go of you, because I see this person is possibly the person who owns the garden, and you're in the garden with the key. So yeah, could be someone clinging onto you, trying to protect you, perhaps, as being very shielded. I'm not quite sure. So do watch out for those energies playing out in the near future. I feel like I had to pull from that pack, and I don't really have anything specific in mind. Okay. Oh, interesting. Between Worlds. Did that come out of your reading in the quickies? That might have been your card in the quickies. Anything else? Anything else before I put the deck down? No, it just wants to give you Between Worlds. You've got To the Sea there as well, though. To the Sea is like going with the flow, trusting the universe to carry you in the right direction. Okay, let's read this card before I run out of space on my phone. Number 3. Again, the number 3. Number 3 might be really important to you right now. Watch out for the number 3. And again, it's all to do with community, the people around you. I'm going to read the oracle message and the relationship message, but you can pause it if you like, and I'll show you the book so you can read the other messages like the prosperity message and the protection message. Here we go. Let's just adjust because my knees are hurting. I'm kicking boxes of empty tarot boxes over. Here we go. Between worlds. Essential meanings, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. Yeah, it's like you're about to step through that gate. You're literally between worlds right now. The oracle's message, between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. Don't make assumptions, go with the flow. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead, right? You can't see beyond those mountains. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences, exactly what I was saying. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life. So again, it's like what I was talking about here with that maze, like trying to get that higher perspective, but not quite seeing. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. So the universe knows more than we do. The seeds that were planted in the past, again, we had that reap what you sow card. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. It's reminding me of a story that somebody was talking about on a live stream. Hi, if you're watching and that was you. Probably not watching, but maybe, I don't know. Somebody was talking about a strawberry. Maybe it was strawberry seeds. Somebody was talking about how in America, people were getting seeds through the post that were supposedly from China, and they were like mystery seeds, and people were being warned not to plant them because it might be some kind of conspiracy. I don't know. I kind of wanted people to plant them. I wanted to see what they turned into. So yeah, mystery seeds. What would grow? I bet it was strawberries. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. So just enjoy it. Just literally let life carry you wherever you want, wherever it's carrying you. Enjoy it. Go with the flow. Be like a child again. Just enjoy all the new things that is coming towards you. And again, it's like a card of celebration. You may be celebrating with your community. Again, we had this like 3 of Cups and 4 of Wands there, which is like this like party energy, right? Celebrating with people that you love spending time with. Maybe you're going to a festival, I don't know. Okay, so that was the oracle message. I'm going to read the relationship message now for you, for those of you who are connecting with this sexy guy over here. Relationship message. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So I think I was talking about at one point not putting someone on a pedestal. Libras in love, Libras in new relationships are super giving. They will completely change themselves, like mold themselves to fit in with the other person's life, because they're like, if you know, like properly like truly in that caught up romantic moment, it's like I am clay, mold me. Like it's just they're so like enthusiastic and about the new relationship. They'll literally kind of like bend over backwards for that person. Sometimes, not all the time, because Libras, you know, you've got a backbone. You have got a backbone, but there is a tendency there. It's kind of the shadow side of Libra. If you don't watch yourself, if you don't keep, if you're not aware of that tendency, then you know that can be something that you can do. So this is saying just be wary of that. Make sure you know what you want. This relationship, especially if this is a player that you've dealt with or you are going to be dealing with, make sure that you're not taken advantage of there. So here you go. You can pause this and read it at your own leisure. You can screenshot this and keep referring back to it over the next couple of weeks or so. See if any of this plays out for you. Again, I don't want to sort of break any copyright laws, so don't be like sharing it. Personal use only. But there you go, Libra. It sounds very exciting, actually. I really want to open that gate right now. Free this person, go out the gate, go and, look at the freedom of this card. It's like, go out, have fun, explore, figure out who you are. Figure out who you are, and then maybe you'll come back to that garden, but you'll come back a different person, a stronger person with more experience. Oh my goodness, and look, I didn't even realise the Three of Cups has fallen off, and here's the Black Cat, the Wheel of Fortune. Luck is changing. Trust fate. It's amazing. It's just amazing. What a brilliant, inspiring reading, Libra. I hope that keeps you ticking over until your next reading. Do take care. I love you all, my community of watchers. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.